Hey guys, Montricus here, and welcome to another PB video. And this time it's sub 15, which I did not expect to be saying so soon after my last PB. Um, but yeah, it's 1441 RTA. I don't actually know the in-game time, which I'll explain a little bit later. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this run. But there's definitely a few things I want to talk about as the run progresses. But yeah, for now, let's just get into it. So just starting off, I want to say that this run really isn't that good. I really wasn't playing well at the time, and I've had a few bad habits while playing out runs recently that I'll talk a little bit about later. Uh, but yeah, anyway, starting out in a village here, you might have noticed that I instantly pyrade and saw a blacksmith, which is pretty good. Blacksmith actually ends up being one of the highlights of the run, we'll just see in a moment here. Um, yeah, here we go. So, boom, 10 obsidian. So don't have to worry about finding a lava pool or digging down or anything. Can just enter straight from the village, which is always nice. I think that's probably one of like 2 or 3 times I've ever had that in an RSG run. I do actually make a little bit of a mistake with routing this village because just after I get my tools and stuff from the blacksmith, I go a little bit out of my way here to grab this food and then grab flint from this river. Um, really, I should have gone to kill the golem first and then got the food and the flint. Because now, after going to get this flint, I have to backtrack to the center of the village, probably wasting like 10, 15 seconds or so. So that's all like the first small mistake. That's just something like, it's just a byproduct of not being in the right mindset, I guess. Like I said, I really wasn't playing that well at the time. Um, so yeah, got Flint now, killing the golem. Uh, so yeah, even with that small mistake, still going to be a very fast enter. Just over 2 minutes, which is always nice. The overworld in this run, both the overworld sections, so the initial overworld here and the blind travel, were both really really good, and the nether ends up being probably like the worst nether out of any sub 15 I'd imagine. Yeah, you'll see the nether. It's sort of like a byproduct of, again, me just not playing that well. But yeah, in the nether now, low 2 minutes, which is really really good. Instantly E-ray and do find a bastion reasonably close. So I start to head that way. So while this is going on, I'll just talk about why I don't know the in-game time. You see in the top right now, both of my timers are actually showing RTA. I was trying to set up a timer just for random categories if I want to do some category extensions or something, so I don't have to have like a title for the category. And I accidentally set the timer, both of the timers, to say RTA instead of one RTA and one in-game time. Yeah, and I forgot to change it back before starting this session of runs. So yeah, I don't actually know the in-game time. Depending on what it gets retimed to, it might be second or third in the UK, which is pretty insane. And I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that I don't know the in-game time, but I mean, I don't really care. It's sub 15. That's all I could have wanted. So yeah, heading over to the Bastion now. And here's where my general like bad habits that I've picked up recently start to really hinder my run. So recently I've kind of got into the habit of just like convincing myself that I just need to get lucky to get a good run. And I mean that's not wrong, I guess, because it worked out here, but it ends up feeling like the run isn't really a PB. After I like sat down and like watched over this run a few times, it just felt like this. It just feels like this really shouldn't be my PB because it's just me not playing at my best. I think a PB should always be you playing at your best and making as little mistakes as possible, and not trying to play safe and just rely on getting lucky. Um, so getting the gold block and like crafting armor outside the bastion, which you just saw, I mean, that's just kind of stupid. Why would anyone do that? Like, you can just do armorless manhunt housing more than likely with no issues, and you'll probably be fine. It's like marginally more risky, but yeah, I was just trying to play safe, and I mean, obviously it did work out, but it feels like, at least to me, it feels like it shouldn't have, and like it feels like sort of a false PB in a sense. Um, I am still pretty proud of this run, but it just kind of sucks knowing that it could have been easily like maybe up to a minute faster if I was just playing the best I could have been. So with that unfortunate time loss, um, entered the Bastion. Well, I mean, I entered the Bastion like 4 minutes or so, but I actually started the route about 4:30. So yeah, about 30-second time loss there. Uh, but I mean, it still worked out. But I mean, in the future, I do definitely want to play more risky, so I can not feel so bad about a PB that I've got. Um, but yeah, like I said, this nether ends up being really, really bad. I think the total time in the nether is like 9 minutes 30 for the entire nether, and that leaves the overworlds, both overworld splits, like 5 minutes combined. No, even less than that, like 4 minutes combined. So the total nether is over 2 times the length of the overworld splits, which is just like stupid. That shouldn't happen. It's kind of really dumb, this PV'd. I mean, still exiting Bastion at 6 minutes, so not terrible. But obviously could be better. And I mean, yeah, I would have liked it to be better. Um, Pyrang here did see a fortress, but I had it set to 32, and as you can see, spawner is 29 chunks away. So another reason why this nether is so bad. Fortress is really far away. It takes me a really, really long time to get from the Bastion to the fortress. I mean, if the fortress is right here, that could have saved, I don't know, like another 2 minutes or so. So, time saved for future runs, always nice to have, I guess. But yeah, uh, this run kind of came at like a perfect time, because I've got some school stuff coming up. I don't know if uh, you guys know about how exams are working this year in England, but I'm basically doing my final exams. I guess it would be the equivalent of the final exams of high school this year. But because of COVID, there's no actual like formal exams, but it's center assessed grades. So basically, the school is setting us our grades, and they have to like provide evidence and stuff for that. So we're doing like a school exam week where we're just doing like internal exams, and that's coming up really soon. And I definitely want to focus all of my attention on that. So kind of glad I got this PB before I had to sort of stop playing Minecraft so much and just focus on school for a little while. Um, but yeah, I did manage to get this PB before that, so that's always nice. But I probably won't be playing that much for the next month or so. So yeah, at the fortress here, at 8 minutes. Well, not exactly in the fortress yet, but close enough. So yeah, it took me about 2 minutes to get from leaving the bastion to just entering the fortress. So again, it's just Nether is just really, really slow. Have to enter in the bad part of the fortress here as well, and have to route the fortress back to the starting room and then to the outside section, losing maybe like another 30 seconds or so. Do manage to find it pretty quick though, so it's not too bad. Have also traveled pretty far from 0, 0. I think I checked my chords right about here. Yeah, there we go. You can see I'm about 330 minus 150. So I'm definitely going to have to travel back to get good blind chords. So that will also take up 30 seconds to a minute or something. So yeah, this nether is one reason why I know I can definitely improve this time. Once I'm done with school and I can grind out runs properly. But yeah, when I'm able to, I definitely want to start playing runs much more aggressive. Um, like I said, I've recently got into this annoying habit of just playing safe when there's no reason to. Um, and I definitely want to try and break that before I get back to grinding runs again, so I can actually like feel confident in myself and feel good about a PB I get when I do get one, and don't feel like the run has so much potential time save, and just because I didn't play as good as I could have, not because like I got unlucky or something. It's just because I was playing badly, and it's just annoying that that is how this run went. But yeah, um, Blaze rates here are pretty average, maybe a little bit below average. But the spawn rates and spawn amounts are pretty good. Um, I think it's only been like a minute and a half, and I'm already at 5. Um, even though the drop rates haven't been that good. Um, but yeah, so leaving at 10:30 now with 6 rods, heading back to good blind chords. Uh, so I'm thinking here about like just going back to where I was before, but the terrain out here looks like semi-open. It actually ends up being a little bit blocked off, so I end up just purling into this lava and building right here, which is, I mean, I don't know if really this is like the best play, especially because I'm so low down that I'll probably end up in a cave or something, um, unless I get lucky with an ocean spawn or something like that, or just like no caves nearby. Um, but yeah, building portal at 11:30ish. So this blind is like kind of similar to my old PB. So like, it's not hugely unlikely that I PB this. And I do spawn an ocean, so that does help. Um, but yeah, I'm really not thinking about a PB here unless there's like ocean exposed stronghold, which is basically what I've sort of allowed myself to rely on over this last like couple weeks or so. It's the time save you get from having ocean exposed stronghold is so massive that it's just, even with an 11:30 blind, it's still like completely reasonable with a like decently close stronghold and ocean exposed portal room to get sub 15. And that might be exactly what happened here. So yeah, don't see anything yet. Thinking it could have just spawned in the ocean here because this ocean is pretty large, but I don't see anything, and just trust that it would have snapped to some land nearby if it did happen to spawn right here. I do see this island right ahead of me that's directly on the line of the eye. Um, don't see anything on this side of the island yet. So I am just thinking to throw an eye here just to check. And then more than likely I'll just have to carry on through the ocean. But as I get to the other side of this island, I see some light, and boom, right there, ocean exposed portal room. And now I am freaking out because now I'm going to enter low 13 minutes, which is by far my fastest enter. My old fastest enter was my old PB, which was like 14:20 or something like that. So this is over a minute faster, or well, just about a minute faster. So yeah, now I just have to rely on like a half decent perch, and this is almost 100% a PV. And if it's a good perch, then it's potentially a sub 15. Um, but I'm not quite counting on that because I've had pretty bad perch luck in the past, where Dragon just, it's like I get like decent perches, but nothing crazy that allows for like a sub 130 end or anything like that. Um, but yeah, I'm just hoping and praying for a good perch here. Don't get an SSG perch. That would have been really sick. Um, I don't think it would have sub 14'd if it was an SSG perch, but I don't know. With the all the pausing for the pyrating and stuff and the retime, maybe, who knows, it might have been. But I highly doubt that, to be honest. Um, but here we go. I see it snap right here, and Perlin get ready to do one cycle, and I'll just let this play and you can hear my reaction. Oh my, let's fucking go! Oh, holy shit. Yes! Oh, yes, dude. Oh my god. No fucking way. Oh. Oh my god. What? Let's go. Holy shit. Jeez. Oh my god.